This is how you make a snare drum in Serum. First go to analog and open up basic shapes. Then take this LFO all the way to the left, drag it up to the coarse pitch up here. Alt shift and left click will make it only go one way, which is here in the matrix. It changes the type. Back at the LFO, you want to change this to envelope, and then you want to shorten the LFO. You can create a point by double left clicking and then bringing this down. Now it's going to be like a high pitched noise. We're going to fix that though. Then we're going to take the second LFO to the levels and turn this down. And then bring this all the way back and turn envelope on. This will determine pretty much how long the snare is. Now we're going to enable noise with the third LFO, so we're going to bring this back down. Then we're going to drag this to the noise, enable it. You should probably use the ARP white, bright white, or the SH1 noise. And you can make a curve that kind of looks like this, and then bring this level all the way down. And I don't want too much of that noise, so it'll just be at the beginning and then fading out. Kind of gives it the crunchy feeling. And then on the fourth LFO, we're going to drag it to the pitch, bring this all the way over, click Alt and Shift to make this one. And this simulates hitting a real snare as the pitch fades out. Just don't forget to enable the envelopes on all the LFOs right here. This will line up all the sounds with each other. Now you can add a high pass filter. High attain will work. And then go to noise, disable the A. Now at effects, you can add distortion on pre and then bring this all the way out so you can get the whole snare. And you can turn the drive up, and then a compressor, increase the attack. It gives it more punchiness at the start. I went back to the first LFO and made this triangle smaller. This kind of gets rid of that high pitched noise. And now we're going to add an EQ and make it dynamic. On the fifth LFO, we're going to drag it up to the gain. Take this LFO all the way over, enable envelope. Now it's going to bring up the EQ, and then it'll bring it down as this LFO goes down. Now we're going to go here and enable this option. Drag this LFO up to the frequency, and drag up the LFO to these ones as well. You don't want anything too dramatic, but if you copy these settings, you can bring up the LFO noise just a bit more. That's just too much though. Now we can add some reverb. Doing the same thing with the sixth LFO, enable the envelope. And usually people will put it last, but you can also put it before too and just see what you think sounds the best. Then drag this to the mix. And you don't want to have too much, so you can put this at a relatively low percentage. Now to get the exact sound that you're going for, just change these parameters. Make sure you follow if this was helpful.